Memrise versus Anki. Which one is better? It really depends. I've been using both since I started learning Japanese almost 4 years ago. That's a long time. They both have their good points and their bad points. So let's go over them. Pick up and go. Memrise is a site or an application, whichever you prefer to use it. You download it or you start up the site, log in, choose a course and you can start. Everything's there to get you started, everything's already like, the course is fully prepared for you. Spaced repetition system. For people who don't know what that is, it's like you learn a word, a couple of days later, it shows you again. If you get it correct, it takes a little bit longer before you see it again, else you will see it sooner. Multi-purpose. You can use it to learn languages, but also like history, geography. I even found a course of learning all the different kinds of birds. Courses. Memrise has a very wide selection of courses. Own-made courses and community-made courses. Memrise becomes DEX. I'm not quite a big fan that they will move their community courses to a like kind of sister site called DEX. They've been talking about it for almost a year, I think, and still didn't happen, but I tried using DEX, but for some reason the layout is different. So that really annoys me very, very much. And also that the courses won't be on the same thing anymore. Like Memrise courses always stay on top anyway, so I don't really see any logical reason why they would shift them between sites. One way. If you ever used Memrise, you know, if you learn words, you will get the English translation and, for example, the Japanese translation, and you have to translate it. But when it comes to reviewing, you only see the English words, and then you have to type the Japanese words. You never see the Japanese word and have to type the English word translation. The premium option. Memrise is a very good application, and I mainly use their site because I don't like studying on a phone. But for some reason, they have a premium option that you have to buy or subscription if you want to like have more practice on your difficult words. Now I find this very important. I'm a premium member on Memrise. If that option wasn't there, I won't be using Memrise at all. So it's kind of a shame that you have to pay for it because in my opinion, it's the main and only good thing about Memrise, except for the courses and blah blah blah. No grammar instructions. So when learning a language, it's important to know the vocab, like how to speak and say and everything, how to read. But also grammar. If you don't know grammar, you cannot make sentences. Memrise is more a site for words. No quality control. So both Memrise and Anki have that. You can make your own courses and share them with people, but if you make a mistake or those other people made a mistake, you will learn those mistakes. Multi-purpose, just like Memrise, Anki is quite multi-purpose. I use it by example for my programming as well, and for quite a couple of things. It's very useful, but you have to know how to make cards. Pre-made courses, just like Memrise, there are pre-made courses. The main difference is Anki doesn't have pre-made courses by Anki themselves. If you find something that's wrong, change it yourself and place it in the comment on that tag itself as well. Easy to use. I think Anki is a lot more friendly to use than Memrise. Mainly for adding words yourself. Anki is like this program that you put on your computer or on your phone, and you can adjust it in the way you want it and make it suit your studying methods as much as you like. Add-ons. Anki has quite a lot of add-ons. Like I recently found a Pokemon add-on that makes every time when you learn words you gain points to buy Pokemon or trade with Pokemon, and looks fun. Have to really test it. I'm not that big of a Pokemon fan, but I mainly use those add-ons for extra statistics about my learning progress. Completely free. It's free, open source. You can adjust it any way you want it. Unlike Memrise, it's free. And last point, it's very open. Like I said before, you can adjust it any way you want it. Learning curve. Now, as good as Anki is as a program, like app, however you want, you can even use it on the site. It has a kind of steep learning curve to make it the way you want it. Not error-proof. Same with Memrise. The community courses that are available, they may contain things that are not correct. Also, the add-ons may not work the way you want to, but at least you have add-ons to change everything. If you want to change things on Memrise, you have to use temper monkey scripts. So these are the main points that I could come up with about the positives and the bad sides about each of those two. But I must say, for my study methods, I prefer books and paper to learn. But Memrise has some very good community-made courses. The positive side about that is that you can export them to Anki with Memrise to Anki add-on. So Anki still wins for me. A while ago I also made a video about why I stopped using Memrise. The things I said in that video are still true, and I've mainly been using Memrise on and off every now and then to have some variation in my studying. But like I have said a couple of times already, try different things and see which suits your study method the most, your study technique, or however you want to call it, because everybody's different. Everybody studies on a different way. Like, I, by example, like to use books and paper to write things because that seems to help me to put things better in my mind. But other people like the ease of use of Memrise because they don't have to do anything themselves, and they open up their laptop and they start learning, or their phone. But I'm not a big fan of the phone app. The main thing with Anki is the first week you will struggle a little bit with the learning curve because it has a learning curve. Make the decks that you want to add words to and make the different node types if you want to use Anki. It will take a week or so, so you will lose some time by learning it, but in the end it can be a lot more beneficial. But hey, maybe Memrise suits your study method more. Like, it's just my opinion that I'm telling. Please let me know your opinion in the comments below, like which one do you use and how do you use it, why do you use it as an add-on or like a main way of studying a language, or maybe you're studying history with it, or you're learning the course of recognizing different bird types. So with this, I would like to say goodbye, and please leave your comments down in the comments below and let me know what applications do you use except for Memrise and Anki, because those are the main two that I'm using right now, but I know there are lots of applications, programs and sites. Good luck learning, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.